All right, Shalom. Want to start by saying, Call Allah, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kagadash. Double honors to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle of Great Millstone, and peace and love always to all the Akim. Continue to preach his truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, a couple things. As you can see on the title, it says the third woe and the beast system shall complement each other. Now, earlier this morning, I think it was this morning or earlier today, I came across an article, two pieces of articles. One was on Twitter and the other was on a regular Google search. And basically talk about in the state that I live in, New Jersey, it says they're going to be doing away with the Easy Pass tags. All right, now in the thumbnail you can see it. So and also Iran said that they won't be sending negotiators, I believe, to Pakistan, or they said it through Pakistan, that they won't be sending any negotiators for the whatever talk that's going on with the U.S. So that just go to show how this is all connected, because when this war started intensifying, especially over the last couple of years, what also has been intensifying, the beast system being brought more to fruition. Now, there was an actual sentence in this article where it actually mentioned RFID. So, like, you know, when you start to hear certain verbiage, when you start to see certain words be said, when you see certain terms more often, that means that that's what they're about to bring to fruition. Now, I'm getting right into it. Now, this is from NewJersey.com, and it says Easy Pass tags are on their way out. Their replacement is being tested. Now, to people, if you know anything about Easy Pass, they got the little thing you stick to your windshield, and I think it got the barcode or whatever, and when you go through the Easy Pass, when you go through the toll, it's going to say your Easy Pass has been paid, so it gets scanned. So, it says the end of rectangular plastic Easy Pass tags hanging on windshields, like I just said, hanging on windshields may be near, as the New Jersey Turnpike Authority began testing sticker tags on authority vehicles. Now, what are authority vehicles like Turnpike Authority, and then also what is going to happen? They're going to start doing shit with law enforcement. Because remember, they got to get law enforcement, whatever they're trying to do, they always have to get law enforcement on board and within the gist of whatever they're trying to do. All right? It said the transition from hard Easy Pass transponders to stickers began a few weeks ago when the authority started testing sticker tags on work vehicles, said Chris Kalori, Turnpike Authority CEO, on Tuesday. If the tests conducted over the next several months are successful, stickers could begin replacing traditional tags by the fourth quarter of the year, Kalori said. Which would be what? October, November, December. Within the next few months, it's going to be this summer. All right. So you got a lot of things. Taking place for the summer. All right. You got airlines. You know, whole thing with the war, the oil and the airlines canceling flights for the summer. So you got a lot of things happening within the next couple months. That's going to be very dire to the bringing on of this devil's kingdom going down. It says, Glory said, the tag has adhesive that is designed to stay on the windshield permanently. Peeling the sticker tag off damages the RFID chip and the antenna, rendering it useless, according to manufacturers and other toll agencies currently using it. Now remember, it says the RFID chip, says damages the RFID chip. Now, what ultimately they're going to want to do? They're going to want to put an RFID chip in your body. But you see how they're gradually getting to the Easy Pass, the tolls, work badges, all that shit, man. They're gradually getting to it. So it says they will also save the authority money if the switch is made. But we know the switch is eventually going to be made, because it's prophecy. It said they will also save the authority money if the switch is made. We spend $6.50 for each tag. These are under $1, Kalori said. See, they're gonna go with saving money. They're gonna go with the cost. What are they gonna say? Cutting costs. All right. It said the sticker tags also don't need batteries. This will save the authority millions of dollars on replacing old transponders when batteries wear out 8 to 10 years later. In 2022, the authority spent $8.4 million on the state E-ZPass consortium to replace 920,000 transponders with worn-out batteries. The New Jersey E-ZPass consortium serves the New Jersey Turnpike, Garden State Parkway, Atlantic City Expressway, Delaware River Port Authority, Delaware River Joint Toll Bridge Commission, Cape May County Bridge Commission, Burlington County Bridge Commission, and the Delaware River and Bay Authority bridges. So they're gonna get all. That means they're gonna get all these entities on board. It says, if adopted, the Turnpike Authority would join other toll agencies in the nation that now use E-ZPass stickers. Massachusetts was the latest to begin the change on March 1st. Those drivers received the toll sticker for free when they replaced their transponder. See there? Free. So that means that you see how they're doing it. And if you're not paying attention, they're not going to just make this super duper public. It says the sticker also eliminates the Velcro-like mounting strips that drivers had to stick to the windshield to mount the transponder. Because like I'm in the work van right now, and I'm looking at the E-ZPass joint, and I see the Velcro, all that shit. And sometimes it could wear out, especially when it gets hot. It gets all moist and whatever, and it sometimes slips off. So it says they're going to eliminate that. The sticker going to eliminate that. So it says, for people who want to take their transponder on vacation for use in rental cars, there is an alternative. Other aftermarket companies make an adhesive plastic strip that allows a sticker on an E-ZPass sticker to be used in multiple vehicles. That sticker allows the transponder to be peeled off a windshield without damaging the RFID chip. So now you see RFID chip being mentioned more and more. And that's the end of the article. So you see that? So they said within the next couple months. So the next couple months is going to be what? May, June, July, August. Then you're going to have September, October, November. Hold on. The fourth quarter is going to be, October, November, December. So we're in the what? January, February, March, April. So we're in the second quarter right now. So we're gonna have January, February, March. So you got now April, we're in April, May, June, which is gonna be the second quarter. Then you're gonna have July, August, September, the third quarter, and then you're gonna have September, October, November, December. Humbugging. Hold up. January, February, March, April. First quarter. May, June, July, August. Third quarter. September, October, November, December, the last quarter of the year. Boom. So that last quarter of the year, so these next quarter and a half, if you will, they're going to be testing stuff for this E-ZPass, and they're talking about RFID chips in the meantime. The RFID chip was mentioned twice in this article. So that was the end of the article. So now I got one more article and I get some scriptures. So, Aaron. Is this it? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this is from Al Jazeera, and this is from, what was it, 2 days ago, it says? April 20th, so I believe today's the 22nd. So this is from Al Jazeera, April 20th, a couple days ago. It says, Iran says no talks with U.S. for now, casting doubt over Pakistan efforts. It says Iran has said it will not be sending negotiators to Pakistan for talks with the U.S. amid rising tensions as the ceasefire deadline approaches. But Trump already just said that they're going to extend it. All right? Yesterday. Yeah, only yesterday or Tuesday. So, I don't know if that changed, but I'm still getting into it anyway. So it says, Islamabad, Pakistan, it says, Iran has signaled that it has no plans to send negotiators to Islamabad for a new round of talks with the United States, threatening Pakistan's plans for multi-day negotiations between the warring nations less than 48 hours before a fragile ceasefire is set to expire. Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesman Ismail Baghai said on Monday Washington had violated the ceasefire from the beginning of its implementation, citing the U.S. naval blockade of the Strait of Hormuz since April 13th and the overnight capture of an Iranian container ship by the U.S. military as breaches of the truce as well as international law. So they're basically saying that America already violated. It says he warned that if the U.S. and Israel launch aggression again, Iranian forces will respond accordingly, while reaffirming that Tehran's 10-point proposal submitted before the first round of Islamabad talks remain its basis for any negotiation. Now you gotta remember, I forget the dude's name, but he basically was saying that if this war starts again, which it will, when it starts again, he was saying basically like, Iran is not going to go for they're not going to go by escalation phases. They said if they attack them again, they're going to go all out. And remember, and I believe that was last night or whatever, a day or two ago, before the ceasefire was set to expire, Iran had showcased a fucking big ass missile that I believe that they used already. So they basically saying that they're ready for the smoke. And then Trump says now they're going to extend the ceasefire. It said the U.S. is not learning its lessons from experience, Baghai said, and this will never lead to good results. He said Iran had informed Pakistan, the principal mediator between the two sides of these violations. Pakistani officials said they remain cautiously hopeful that they can bring the two sides back to the negotiating table. Now, who is this battling right now? The Persians and the Greeks. Because the Iranians are the Persians and the Pakistanis are the Persians. That's Elam. So it's funny how Pakistan is the one that's the mediator between the two, because it's still part of the Persian entity, which is Elam. It says Islamabad has been gearing up to host a second round of talks between the U.S. and Iran aimed at ending their war. But Iran just said what? As of right now, they're not sending negotiators there. I don't know if that's changed since a day or two ago, but I haven't heard anything. And it says, but officials acknowledge that rising tensions in recent hours have cast a cloud over the prospects of negotiations. Unlike the first round of talks held in Islamabad on April 11th, Pakistan has been aiming to get the U.S. and Iran to agree to multiple days of negotiations. Until a temporary deal, mediators are calling it a memorandum of understanding. It's signed effectively extending the ceasefire. Sources close to those efforts have told Al Jazeera, if the MOU is agreed, it will give negotiators a longer window, even up to 60 days, which is like 2 months, to secure a longer peace deal. But what are they talking about? It says what? When they shall, hold on, let me get that real quick. Get that real quick. What is that? Yeah, what was it? Yeah, 1 Thessalonians. I believe it is. Here, yeah, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. And it reads, I'm reading from the top, so it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. And that's where we at right now. Because right now, the understanding has been pushed out through the four corners of the earth for years. So a lot of the elect, majority of the elect, if not all, have the understanding. So now we see prophecies coming to pass. And now we're just reporting on prophecy. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Because why? A lot of people are not paying attention. So like these things that's taking place, they're going to catch people by unaware. Even though, and the Lord going to be like, what? I had my prophets going out there telling you. I had my prophets out here giving you warning. But they didn't take heed to the warning. All right? So it says for 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. Now, this is where the point is. Because when you hear the rhetoric of these guys talk, all they talk about is peace. All Trump talk about, Trump said he's going to be the president of peace. He's going to be the one to bring peace on earth. Oh, peace in the Middle East. All that shit, but no peace is happening. And in fact, they're doing everything on the contrary to peace. All right? So this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, and it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon the woman with child, and they shall not escape. Because what? These people that's not part of the elect, that's not part of the nation of Israel, they're not going to escape this. They can go to their bunkers, they can do the XYZ, but at the end of the day, you're not going to escape that judgment coming from Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Like, period. You're not going to escape the judgment coming from Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. And it says, verse 4, and it says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness. That's pertaining to the elect, first and foremost. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Because why? The prophets, the elect, are watching. They're watching. They're observing the times. They're thinking that current events taking place. They're watching all these things. You have the majority of our people and the majority of people on earth that's not paying attention to what's happening. Oh, I don't want to watch the news. The news is depressing. Oh, I don't watch it for this XYZ. They don't want to watch the news. You'll be hard-pressed to find a regular average Jake that's looking into news on the financial world or in the technology world or all that stuff. But here it is. This very war that the prophets have been speaking about, World War III, which is coming to fruition now, and now what's going on with Iran and America and all that, and now the Strait of Hormuz being closed and the gas prices going up, here it is, that's affecting them, and that's the reason, this is the reason why, and yet they're still not taking heed. That's why the Lord said, what? It shall come as a thief in the night. It's going to come to a thief in the night to the ones that's not watching, that's not paying attention. That's why the Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI said what? Thus saith the Lord. The Lord said what? Watch as well as pray. What are you going to be watching? You're going to be watching things taking place. You're going to be watching current events. You're going to be watching that. The Lord said what? Occupied in prophecy. You got to be occupied in prophecy. And this is all prophecy. Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 14. All right? The third woe coming quickly. All that coincides with each other. The deliverance. The ones that don't take this devil's mark. The ones that don't get the RFID microchip. You see they talk about the RFID chip in this article about the Easy Pass. Because this is a new era. This is the new wave. This is this devil's, like, this is going to be his shit. So where he's going to be like, try to be like the Most High. He'll have to use the RFID microchip to see everybody so he can control and watch everybody. That's the elite's goal. That's how they try to be like the Most High. But the Lord is going to put a monkey wrench in it. The Lord is going to bring them down. Matter of fact, since we're talking about it, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and it reads, and he calls it, and he's bringing the calls right now. These devils are bringing the calls to, we're like, yo, eventually, you're going to have to get a microchip in your body, because they keep doing this whole thing with Easy Pass, on the digital currency, cashless society. When they're gradually getting to where, like, yo, eventually, you're going to need to get their system implanted in your own body. All right? And it says, he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6, which is what? 603 score, 3 score is 60, 20 times 3, 600, 3 score and 6, which is what? 666. And when you go into the number 666, people automatically equate that with what? Satan worship, the devil. Here, so John, here it is. John wrote this in the island of Patmos many years ago, a couple thousand years ago, where these devils wasn't walking around talking about 666 this, 666 that. But now we're in a time to where what? The number of 666 are equated with what? The devil worship, Satan worship. Is that by coincidence? Is that really by coincidence? And now these are the same people that's having people that have the technology to where like that you not just get it people have it implanted in their body already, but then when he brings it to the masses, because you already have people that have the RFID microchip in their body that have made purchases with it, but it said what? He calls of all. So it's going to be a time where he's going to cause everybody to have to get it to remain in society and to function in society. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. Because why? What's the major part of life in Esau's kingdom? Buying and selling. It's quite obvious. It's quite simple when you have the understanding that only can come from the heavens, and that's YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. But now let's go into the judgment of it. Oops. I think it's what? Is that verse 9? Now, granted, Babylon is fallen. It is fallen. That's talking about America, but I'm going straight to the point. So it's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9, and it reads, And the Lord and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. See? So now we're talking about the people that get this mark in their forehead or in their hand. It says, verse 10, The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And that's going to be coming here. That's going to start with the nuclear missiles. Excuse me, that's going to come over here to America. Remember, the land known as America is also going to be what? The lake of fire. This place is going to be made into a lake of fire. And that's the judgment. That's the judgment of this place. So yeah, you see all the buildings, you see all the cars, apartments, you see the people and all that, but at the end of the day, this is going to be set on fire. Verse 11, and it says, And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. See? And what did it talk about early on in this chapter? It says what? Where did it say that? In verse 8 of Revelation chapter 14, it says, And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, and that Babylon is fallen, that great city. It's all about America. Because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And that's what America did symbolically. And what was the main wine? And what was the main wine and wrath of her fornication? The U.S. dollar. Because that's how the nations were made rich. That's how America got dominance over the nations and over in the earth. But now the Lord said, what? Now is the time for it to be brought down. So now he's taking that away. And that's why you have Iran talk about, all right, we're going to scratch that Saudi deal that America made with them in the 70s. We got something new to where you got to come with the Chinese yuan, whatever the fuck it's called. So that's going to continue to devalue the dollar more and more. And remember, China is part of the BRICS. And the BRICS nation, which is the BRICS is Brazil, the R is Russia, the I is India, the C is China, and the S is South Africa. And who are they aligned with? Who are they allied with? Iran. Where's Iran? What is Israel? Where is this taking place in the earth? The valley of Jehoshaphat, where the Lord said what? He's going to gather the nations. Joel, the 3rd chapter, where the Lord said what? It is for there I shall gather the nations. in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and there shall I judge the heathen round about. Why do you think everything is structured and coordinated within that area? Everything's what's the word I want to use? Everything is stemming from what's going on over there. Because obviously it wasn't the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine. They didn't get the whole world going. They didn't get the Strait of Hormuz closed. But once America attacked Iran, it's on. And now it's on. And now everything is completely changed. But that's all. But you see how it's all intertwined. World War III, and then the beast system. Because the Lord said, if you get the mark in your forehead or in your hand, the saints shall drink the wrath of the wine of the the saints shall drink the wrath of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which is what? Fire. First time he did it with water, this time around he's gonna do it with fire. And that fire ultimately is gonna start with what? The nuclear missiles, which is the reason why America and Israel are fucking with Iran, because why? Their nuclear program. But here it is, you got other countries with nukes. Why are you so invested? Why you care so much about them having nukes? And that's how you know that we're at the end, man, because they already attacked. They've been talking about wanting to attack them for years, but now they attacked them, and look what's happened since they have attacked them. February 28th, which is gonna be what? And what is in a few days, 6 days, that's gonna be 2 months, 2 whole months. February, March, April, 2 whole months of this war. And it's not gonna stop. This war is not gonna stop until YAHAWASHI comes back. And YAHAWASHI is coming. YAHAWASHI is on the way. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM Kakadash. Double honors to the Positive Israel, aka the Positive Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.